Fantasy football tips. Serge Aurier. What could he bring to your fantasy football team? Manchester United are edging closer to their third signing of the summer, with Paris Saint-Germain fullback Serge Aurier on Jose Mourinho's radar. And if the powerful right-back does make his way to the Premier League, then he could be a great addition to your fantasy football. Would you choose Serge Aurier for your dream team? Dream Team 2017-18. How does the game work? This year's fantasy football game will be absolutely free for all players to play. The total prize pot is an approximated £750,000. Game weeks will run from Friday to Thursday. £50 million budget on 11 eligible players. Click here to sign up to Dream Team. Reports from France have suggested that Aurier has agreed personal terms with United, having been deemed surplus to requirements by PSG boss Unai Emery. But any potential move for the Ivorian defender is subject to whether he is allowed to come to England or not. Aurier is currently banned from entering the UK after being convicted of assault in May last year. The 24-year-old was found guilty of hitting a police officer outside a nightclub in Paris after he was asked to take a breath test. As a result, he was unable to travel to England for PSG's 2-2 draw against Arsenal in the Champions League last November. As a friendly fella, which means before any transfer can go through, Aurier must attend a hearing on August 7 to determine whether or not his travel ban has been lifted. In the midst of all the transfer speculation, PSG signed experienced fullback Dani Alves earlier this month, meaning Aurier's position at the club is severely under threat. What will Mendy bring to fantasy football? 8 assists for Monaco in all competitions last season. Who scored rating of 7.25 in Ligue 1, higher than Kylian Mbappé, rated even higher in the Champions League, 7.52, higher than Marcelo. Get him in your dream team now. It's lucky, then, that United are in the market for a quality new right-back this summer. Antonio Valencia is Mourinho's current first choice in the position, but at 31, and coupled with a mistake or two during pre-season, Mourinho is eager for a new rival. What could this mean for your fantasy football team? Aurier managed 3 assists in Ligue 1 last season. We know it's hard, but looking beyond all of the controversy, Aurier is widely considered one of the best fullbacks around. According to Dream Team's ratings provider Who Scored, Aurier was one of the highest-rated defenders in Ligue 1 last season at 7.11, bettered only by the likes of PSG teammate Layvin Kurzawa, Guingamp's Fernando Markel and Man City new boy Benjamin Mendy. Aurier's strength and positional awareness, along with his pace and power, suggests he could be one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League next season. Is also known for versatility, having played as a midfielder in the early years of his professional career. He is said to be adept playing anywhere across the backline. Benjamin Mendy has also moved from Monaco to Manchester City this summer. Using Mendy's price of £40 million as an example, we estimate that Aurier will be priced around the same as his former Ligue 1 rival, while he is likely to be an important part of United's Premier League title push this season. How does fantasy football work? The setup for Dream Team is quite simple. As a manager, you get a budget of £50 million to spend on your team of 11 players. Game weeks will run from Friday to Thursday this season, and you'll be allowed to transfer out players who have already played in that game week. How did Azpilicueta perform on fantasy football this season? 1 goal and 4 assists in all competitions, who scored rating of 7.21, higher than David Luiz and Pedro, highest scoring defender on Dream Team, 118 points. Fancy Dave to shine? Sign up to get him in your team. Each manager gets a maximum of 3 transfers a month, so it's important to pay attention to upcoming fixtures. And if the incentive of beating your mates in our mini-league system isn't enough, there's a whopping £750,000 prize pot at stake too. Which fantasy football team names are the most popular? Team names have become almost as important as picking winning sides in recent years, with the punnier the name the better. So whether it's La Luna in Pajamas, Giroud Sandstorm or Teenage Mutant Ninja Skrtel, take a look at our foolproof list to help you decide. Keep up to date with all the latest fantasy football news ahead of next season with our Fantasy Football Live blog and sign up to play below.